If you have any questions on your student loans, visit the Financial Aid Office in the J.C. Caelan building. For Bobcat Update, I'm Caelan Bernal. With tonight's 65-55 win over the Lamar Cardinals, the Bobcats are now 2-0 on the season. The impact player of the game was Amani Gant, who had 12 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. With more students at Texas State, it's going to be longer lines, and I'm going to have to wait a long time for my food. For Bobcat Update, I'm Caelan Bernal.
A college student's main focus is to graduate, but reaching that goal often comes at a steep price. After graduation, there's debt to pay.
Over half of our students have student loans, and in terms of our undergraduates, those freshmen that come in and they graduate that do borrow, they have an average loan indebtedness of about $23,000.
Entrepreneur Mark Cuban says tackling the nation's $1 trillion student debt crisis is needed to help improve the economy. Students may have more debt than they can pay.
I will be graduating in December, and I'll be graduating with close to $30,000 in debt.
Secretary of the Treasury Department, Sarah Bloom Raskin, says the student loan crisis has parallels to the housing bubble that occurred 6 years ago. With $100 billion of student loans in default, she fears an emergence of a student loan debt relief industry. Students at Texas State also have their worries.
Definitely not going to be able to have kids for a while, unless if I might go teach at a Title I school and get it paid off fast, or maybe join the military or something like that. But yeah, definitely a different lifestyle having to pay those guys back. They suck, for sure.
But to many students, college just wouldn't be possible without getting loans.
It really allows them to have access to higher education, to complete their degree, and really I think in terms of their lifestyle and their enrichment, having a degree is invaluable, and that loan for many students allows them to achieve that goal.
If you have any questions on your student loans, visit the Financial Aid Office in the J.C. Caelan building. For Bobcat Update, I'm Caelan Bernal.
The enrollment at Texas State now exceeds 36,000 students, with minorities making up 46% of that number. This is the 17th consecutive year that the university has had record enrollment. Much of the increase comes from freshmen entering college for the first time. Freshmen like Alex Greer.
I wasn't really expecting to. I thought it was kind of like an exaggerated thing to have classes with 400 other people, but that's actually the case. I'm in a full teaching theater with a ton of people.
The enrollment increase is apparent on campus. During peak hours at the LBJ Student Center, there are long lines for dining and for coffee.
There are a lot of lines when I go to eat, especially like at lunchtime or breakfast time. Like when I want to eat, it takes a long time.
Higher enrollment also means crowded buses.
I feel like the amount of buses is not at all proportionate to the amount of new students coming in.
With more students at Texas State, it's going to be longer lines, and I'm going to have to wait a long time for my food. For Bobcat Update, I'm Caelan Bernal. Texas State is a great place for students who want to be upwardly mobile. That's according to the websites PayScale and CollegeNet. They ranked the university 51 out of 539 on a social mobility index. Students who are considered economically disadvantaged are given many opportunities to overcome such obstacles at Texas State. The university's relatively low tuition rate is one factor. Also, Texas State does a good job of placing students after graduation. As recent domestic violence cases have come out of the NFL, the Hays County Sheriff's Office has started a domestic violence awareness campaign centered around football. Throughout the month of October, red silhouettes representing local women who lost their lives to relationship violence will be on display at Hays County school campuses and football games. The Sheriff's Office wants to make sure that players, students, and the entire county understands that domestic violence is a local problem. The Texas State football team will participate by wearing purple ribbons on their helmets.